Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Funnel Trade. Let's talk about the worst advice I've ever gotten since I've been in business, and that is just go flip hamburgers. Just go drive Uber. Why are you wasting your time? How much are you making for doing that? And the reason this is really, really bad advice in business is because your business is a network. And I know I harp on that a lot, but it's very important to understanding what you're doing as a businessman. There are a lot of moving parts to a business like this. So I have the YouTube channel, which is the upfront thing that most people see and interact with. How much money do I make off of YouTube? Well, a normal video like this one will make me probably 50 cents to a dollar. Is it worth my time? No, it's absolutely not worth 4, 5, 10, 20 minutes for me to record a YouTube video, spend 3 or 4 minutes making a thumbnail for it, and then populating the meta information so that it gets monetized, it has a title, and it gets released when I want it to release. No, it's not worth the time. Why do I do it? Well, because it funnels people into the Patreon program. Now the patrons pay $20 a month. That's where it becomes profitable. The patrons then get to participate in my sealed sales. They get to buy other products from me. It creates a closed marketplace where I pay 3% processing fee on PayPal instead of 12.5% market fees on TCG Player or eBay. So while YouTube itself does not make me much money, it feeds Patreon, which then feeds the really profitable parts of the business. Similarly, on TCG Player, when I sell on there, yes, every single white envelope order that I package may not be highly profitable. What's really profitable is being in the direct program. When I do a mass box opening and I open 50 or 60 collector boxes and I alphabetize everything, I sort it, I add it to the inventory digitally, and then I pick hundreds and hundreds of cards at once, and for a mere $10, I mail all of them to TCG Player in Schenectady, and I get paid all at once. That's incredibly profitable. Yes, I do have to do some white envelope orders myself that come through to me. I charge $2.50 shipping each to try to dissuade them, but some still come through to me every day, and they take about 2 minutes each to accomplish, and I make about $1 profit. So that comes to $30 an hour. Some people will say that's good. Some will say it's terrible. Some will try and humble brag that they won't even get out of bed for $30 an hour. But I have to do those envelope orders in order to be on TCG Player, in order to be in the direct program. You have to do those. And so you don't get away with only getting to do the most profitable parts of your business. When I'm talking to patrons through Patreon, am I making money? No, not right there. Patrons pay by the month. And then a perk is that they get to ask me questions and talk with me, and I'll respond to them and I'll help them out with their business. And so I don't make any marginal additional income by responding to those questions, but it's something that's required in order to make the patron program sweeter so more people join it, so that more people are there when I do sealed sales and when I offer my monthly sales lists. And I will tell you that the greatest opportunities I have had so far in Final Trade have been because of Patreon. And those people who have offered me those opportunities were in the patron program because I was producing YouTube videos that pay me, golly, 50 cents an hour. I make about 50 cents an hour for working on YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. But it brought those people into Patreon who then created incredible business opportunities for me that have profited me 5 figures at least so far. So you can't just take this attitude that, hey, if I'm sorting cards, maybe it only makes me $20 an hour while I sort cards. Maybe you're starting out, you're not in the direct program yet, and you're looking at the total return on your time for sorting cards, for selling on TCG Player, before you have an account with enough reputation that you can get into the direct program. Yeah, in isolation, that's probably not a good use of your time. But your business is a network, and you have to develop a whole bunch of different nodes on that network. And some of them will wind up being incredibly profitable in the long run. And sometimes those sources of profit are not even obvious to you until suddenly they fall into your lap. And so your business has to do all those things. You know, I think of my dad who ran a small business for 29 years, I believe. You know, he had to drive to work every day. He drove to his shop and he worked there. Was anybody paying him while he drove to work? No. But nobody would say, well, it's not worth your time to drive to work. Everyone would understand that driving to work is time you're not getting paid, but it's required in order to enable all the rest of your business activity. And that's how every business is. Final Trade is no different. You know, sometimes I have to look at all of my shipping supply inventories, all the different sizes of boxes I use. Do I have enough of them? Do I need to order more? Do I need to order more bubble mailers, more packing tape, more bubble wrap, more stamps, more shipping shields, more team bags, more penny sleeves, more stickers that I use to hold the cards onto the paper, more copy paper, more top flight envelopes. I don't really make money from any of that, but it's required in order to enable the rest of the business. And so when you have some small-minded, short-term thinking Timmy who's telling you, you're wasting your time, just go flip burgers instead. Just go drive Uber for $8 an hour instead of building your business. You have to ignore those people because they're only thinking short-term. They're only thinking across the next hour. They're not thinking long-term. Final Trade is going on 4 years old now. And over the last 2 years, my revenue has grown 24x because I did all the little things that are low value, but that are required to keep the business running day to day. So don't be discouraged and learn to not listen to the small-minded people who tell you to just go flip burgers instead. Let me know what you think. Thanks to everyone who makes this content possible, especially my very generous supporters on Patreon. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade.